back to the original audience, book of Hebrews. So there seems to be a lull in the persecution, right? They went through some sort of trials that's in their past, and there's a struggle now in the present, or at least something coming in the future that the Holy Spirit speaking through the writer is letting them know that they may not be prepared for it as they ought to be. Now, historically, this is going to map quite well with a notable instance occurring in AD 49, when Roman Emperor Claudius expelled all of the Jews out of Rome. And of course, swept up in that is going to be Jewish Christians as well. But now, because the writer is speaking in present tense about still sacrificing animals in the Jewish temple, that would indicate to us that while the letter was most likely written after AD 49, it was written before AD 70, which is the year that the temple was actually destroyed by the Roman Empire. So during this particular period, there would have been sporadic persecution of Jewish Christians, mainly from traditional Jews who would ostracize and ridicule them and make life extremely difficult for them, both financially and socially. As we said in previous videos, we talked about how during this time, as a Jewish person, if you're not part of the temple, if you're not taking part in the rituals of the temple, you are canceled. You are shut out of economic activity. In other words, it's more likely that at least publicly, no one is doing business with you. If you make some sort of products or you have a trade, no one is going to do trade with you. No one's going to want to sell anything to you. So there's a significant turmoil and significant restraint on your buying and selling, because you're no longer part of and you're no longer taking part in temple sacrifice. So this is a major thing for Christian Jews. Now, just a quick mention, if you want to get a bit more detail and get a synopsis of what the first century Christian experience was like under Roman Empire, down in the description, it's a brief read where we just basically just talk about and describe the position and the situation and the circumstances that they would have found themselves in, where they had to make a decision, or they were confronted with a conundrum of, do I declare Caesar as Lord, or do I declare Jesus as Lord? And again, there's down in the description, we give a brief synopsis on what those situations and those circumstances were often like. And after reading it, if you want to comment on it, certainly do so. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what it makes you think of when you reflect on it. And again, down in the description.